Hey, this is Tom from tombell.co. In this video, we'll take a look at the difference between average and normalized or weighted average power to decide if one is a more valuable metric than another. So when we come to measure the stress of a workout or even an individual interval, one of the key parts of that calculation is intensity. With the aid of a power meter, this intensity can be objectively measured in watts. When you complete a ride or an interval within a ride, you can calculate both an average power and a normalized power figure from the wattage produced, which can then be used to quantify the stress. Average power is the simpler metric of the two, and as the name suggests, is simply an average of all the wattages produced within a given amount of time. Relating this figure to your FTP, or functional threshold power, you can start to get an idea of the objective stress of that workout, including intensity factor and TSS values, for instance. However, average power alone doesn't often tell the full story. More often than not when cycling, power isn't produced in a steady state fashion and is instead very stochastic. This means that it's often very choppy and on-off in nature. Here's an example power file where you can see just how choppy the power production can be. There are clear and frequent variations in power output and multiple surges from low or 0 watts all the way up to anaerobic and neuromuscular intensities. Now, some disciplines of cycling and some types of workouts are more stochastic than others. For example, a criterium or a cyclocross race will be much more stochastic than the bike leg of a triathlon or a flat time trial, and a VO2 max interval workout is similarly going to be more choppy than a typical endurance ride will be. As in the example power file, these stochastic workouts are characterized by large fluctuations in power output, featuring more time at low or 0 wattages, but also greater peak values and more time spent at very high intensities as well. And this is where normalized power comes into play. Normalized power takes into account the idea that it's physiologically and metabolically more stressful to accelerate from low to high wattages repeatedly than it is to hold a steady power output. This can even be true when the average power is identical for two workouts of the same duration, because the greater amount of time spent at low wattages in the stochastic workout will pull down the final average. Normalized power was therefore devised to better reflect the true cost or intensity of a workout on the athlete, and better align a power value with how taxing a particular workout was, both objectively and subjectively too. For those interested, here's what's involved in the algorithm behind normalized power. So in summary, it seems like normalized power is the more advanced metric of the two, and the one that should be of primary importance to a cyclist. And that is indeed mostly true. However, its level of importance increases linearly with how variable or stochastic a workout is, as we've discussed. And you'll find that there's often little difference between your average power and normalized power when performing the more steady state type of workouts. In these cases, both values will closely reflect the true intensity of that workout, and it's largely irrelevant which you choose to focus on in your post-ride analysis. So I hope this video has helped you to understand average and normalized power a little better. If you've got any related questions, please drop them in the comments section below this video, and I'll be happy to try and answer them. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you on another video soon.